Okay, so here we're just going to use a few balls to help massage through the hip flexors, especially up high. That's where we're going to be focusing on these high hip flexors, and all through that abdominal region as well. And then we're going to work in that lower back area in between the ribs and the hip to get into that QL area as well. So to start with, I'm going to start by just along the side of my belly button. So belly button is just about here. So I'm just coming in along the side of my belly button onto my soft ball. It's kind of a larger soft ball, this one, and then just relaxing down onto that. You might find you're really tense and you can't actually allow yourself to get on there. So what you need to do there is just squeeze really tight, relax, and then sink down a little bit further on there. You might need to do that again, squeezing tight, relax, and then dropping down, and you should feel yourself getting deeper and deeper. Once you're right in there, just gentle movements around, side to side, small up and down movements. Any particular nasty spots, either just relax onto those and sit on those spots until you feel it release, or continue that gentle sideways movement until you feel like you've made a change, till you feel it's eased up. And I'm slowly repositioning that ball to work lower and lower down. Again, any tender spots, just sit on those spots, or just gentle sideways movements until you feel it ease up. You do the same for the other side as well. So it's belly button is just here, just placing that ball just alongside the belly button, and then I lie directly on there and I'm just rolling side to side, and then I reposition, work down a little bit lower, reposition again, work down even lower. So I'm heading down towards my belt level, stopping around there. So that's just... So I've just set that up next to the belly button, lying down on it, and then really relaxing in. Gentle sideways movements. Anywhere really nasty, just sit on it for a little while. Continue that all the way along, making sure you've done both sides. Then we're going to work on the lower back. So, for the lower back, just reposition this slightly. Just going to start feet flat on the floor, up near the back side. Just going to roll onto my side slightly here and position that so it's in between my ribs and my hip, and I position that in, and then I roll back onto it to really weight it. From here, what I can do is just pull this knee up and then let it fall out to the side, and then just playing around in this position. Slight knee movements. You should find that as that knee moves, just sort of changes the position of the ball. You might have some really tender spots that you want to stop and sit on. Give it a minute or so till you feel it release. And then carry on. The other way of doing this is just having it so that your feet are up against the wall. Starting with the feet up against the wall. Again, I'm just going to roll onto one side, put that ball in there, roll back onto it, and let those knees drop down to the other side. And here it's just slight wiggling movements. Just trying to bust up any really tight tissue in the area. Again, any really tender spots, just stop on there. Hold it for a minute or so till you feel it release, or just keep doing that really slight side to side wiggle until you feel like you've made a change. And what you can do is just slightly reposition that ball. So I've just come off slightly, just going to move it up a little bit higher and then come back onto it. So I'm working all the way in between those ribs and the hip. So you might sort of reposition this ball 2 or 3 times to cover the whole ground. Again, just continue on till you feel like you've made a change. Make sure you've done both sides. So that's both sides at the front, the hip flexors, both sides in that lower back area, the QL.